Good morning, everyone. Greetings, peace and love. Welcome to Hand-Built Pottery. My name is Kimberlie Wright, and happy Friday. Woo, it's Friday. Such a wonderful day. Every day is a beautiful day. And it's so wonderful and beautiful outside. It's just a blessing to be alive. And we're gonna go through our holidays and events before we get to our project. So if you wanna make the last, well, I'll just see what y'all want to do. But if you want to make the last origami project today, then you want to get your clay out and go ahead and roll it out, because I have my piece already rolled out just to save time. So while I'm going through the holidays and events, you can go ahead and get your clay, or possibly like a piece of paper and pencil so that you can draw the template to make the piece later. That'll even be sufficient. All right. So today is Friday. I almost thought I was going down on the floor. All right. Today is February the 4th. Today is National Thank a Mail Carrier Day, World Cancer Day, World Naked Day, National Wear Red Day, National Bubblegum Day, National Stuffed Mushroom Day. I love stuffed mushrooms. They're so delicious. And I love mushrooms, period. It's one of my favorite foods. Bubblegum Day, National Homemade Soup Day, National Quacker, I guess that's supposed to be Quaker Day, but it says Quacker Day. Quacker Day, we'll check it out. And Give Kids a Smile Day. So I know I wasn't reading that wrong. National Quacker Day is a true inspiration for everyone. This lady, Jean Bice, started a multi-million-dollar company. Her infectious personality won the hearts of many, with die-hard fans who proudly call themselves Quackers. Today is their day. So it's like a clothing line, and it's on QVC. It's called the Quacker Factory. So if you want to check that out anytime later, you can. All right, so we're gonna build first of all, we've been doing some Japanese origami. Origami is a Japanese folded paper. And we actually have been doing some folded designs with clay and everything. So far, we have completed the envelope fold. We have done the triangular vase. Yesterday, we completed the pinwheel candle holder. If anybody needs to see that, please let me know. And we have 3 more so far. So we've done 3 different folds, and we have 3 more different folds. So right now, we're going to go ahead and finish the bun box. We're going to complete the bun box. And then we have a tri-fold plate and a conch shell vase. However, those 2 pieces, next week we were planning on starting on our bust, our heads. So I just want to say that next week, if we get in class and there are only 2 people or 1 person, 1 to 2 people, I'm gonna cancel that class and go ahead and do another folded project, because I want to have at least 4 to 5 people in class. I don't want to start a class with 1 or 2 people and then the next week everybody's saying, well, can you start over because we wasn't in class, this type of thing. So depending on the attendance next week, and I'm going to call people to make sure, even some people who haven't been in class for a while, to give them the opportunity to make this if they like. I'm going to call people to remind them that next week we are creating the head or the bust, and get your photographs, whatever you're going to use to create your person. And even if you're not using photographs, you'll just be molding from your hand and sight as a practice type of thing. And so today we're going to go ahead and finish, since it's Friday, the bun box. And you all can let me know if you all want to do the other 2 folds before we go to the bust or the head. So the other 2 folds are the conch shell vase and the trifold plate. But right now, I'm going to show you how to make the template for the bun box. All right. First of all, you know we have these little squares, cookie cutters in the classroom. And I have a large one, a medium one, and a small one. However, this is the large, this is the medium, and I'm gonna retrieve the small one right now. This one looks much smaller than this size here. However, I'm gonna use the smaller one. So any square you want to get, you can, and I'm gonna measure this in case you wanna have the same measurement that I'm using. All right, so we're gonna get a sheet of paper. And this should be sufficient, a scrap sheet of paper. So you can see this paper is scrap. I've already cut something out of it. What you're gonna do is, like some moisture was on that table. So let me get a piece of newspaper to cover the table. All right. I'll just, yeah, I got a piece of newspaper right here. All right, young people. Counter was a little bit wet, so I don't want to mess up this template. All right, so here's my newspaper just to secure that. And what you want to do is kind of like, not kind of, but I'm looking forward to making 4 squares right here. So you want to make your spacing where you can make 4 squares on the piece, so to speak. So this is going to be 1. And I'm just doing it the easiest way that you all can follow along. Then I'm going to put the second square right beside that. And I'm doing all of this to make 1 template. Whoops, my hand slipped. So let's get back on track with that. And I'm making a 4 square. If you have any questions as I'm working, just feel free to ask. And then the 4th square. And I mean, this might really, as you see, as I continue to create it, you'll see it's a bit much, but I'm just doing it so that everybody will be able to follow along. It might not follow along. It might not be as simple for everybody to do it. All right. I don't know what you could use for a makeshift template, protractor, but I have a protractor, and what I'm going to do is sit it in the center of that square, and I'm going to go to the outside line of the other corner of one of the squares and draw a circle. So you can see it's hitting each edge, so to speak, as I go around. All right. Now I want to actually, let me see, from here to here. Actually, I went on the wrong corner. It's supposed to be from the center to the first corner, like here. So sorry, in the center here. This circle is too wide. Okay, you see that? You want to come in. Yep. So you want to be inside the squares. Sorry, young people. Don't mind that on the outside. All right. So you want the tip of the protractor or whatever you're using to make a circle to go to the inside edge of the square. So your circle will be in the inside. All right, from there, you only want to cut out one of these pieces of pie, one of the pies from the actual circle. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's why I was saying, you might be thinking, why would I have to do all that if I only needed one? Well, maybe in case you mess up one or cut it wrong, you can have another one already prepared for you. So I'm cutting out one section of the pie. So now I'm coming back to my square to show you how this is going to be set up. So if you have your square, the pie goes to the edge like so. However, if I was to trace this, let me get an ink pen really quick. If I was to trace this pie right here, I want you all to see it. Oh, shoot. The paper had came up a little bit. See here, I just want to, the reason why I'm doing this again is because it might not be ever easy for everybody to draw the thing. So I'm showing you step by step. I'm just going to draw that line across just to make sure I know where my square resides. All right. For some reason, I'm going to go ahead and get another sheet of paper. And then I'm going to draw a square in the center, because this is going to be my final template. So square in the center. And I'm still going to use that paper that I just had. Trust me. All right. So there's my square in the center. I'm moving it out the way. I'm going back to my paper that I had before. Here's my pie, the section that I had. I'm putting that square back there. You see how coming from here, you see the pie is coming from this edge is flushed with the edge of the square. And then you have your circle here with the line going straight. The only thing is you want to change that straight line here, not going completely straight from the tip, not going completely straight, but you want to make, if you were to draw your ruler going straight, like so, what you want to do is go about in the center of that, which would make a 90-degree angle. So I'm drawing a line in the center, like so. Then I'm going to come back and draw that line straight. And then what I'm going to do is meet my pie back over here from the center. And that's what you want. So actually, essentially, instead of you having this piece here, the section of the pie, which was an equal 4 pieces of the circle, you want to create another piece on it that creates a full 90-degree angle. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. I just kind of eyeballed that. And so what you're going to do is cut that out, and that's going to be the end of the pattern for your template. And so I'm cutting that piece out. And if anybody wants to know what size my square is, I'm going to measure it. Give me a second. I'm cutting this 90-degree angle section out, just like that. This particular square is, it's about 2.5, and I don't know what to call that line, of 1/2 inch or something like that. You can see a fourth. That's right. Thank you. It's, thank you so much, Miss Gwen. It's 2.5 and like 2/4 of a ruler. So that's really all the way around. but you can use any size square you want. So going back to my original, the new piece I had. So here's my 90-degree angle pie. And what I'm going to do is line that up with the side of the square. And I'm going to trace it. This is the bon box. And so now I'm going to turn it and continue to trace it going all the way around, just like so. So even though you may or may not be making the clay piece in class with me in class today, it would be wise to go ahead and write down the instructions or make the template so that you can make it on your own time. I'm turning and continuing to trace that until I get all the way around the square. And I want to make sure it's straight. I mean, that's the least I could do, being that I already have a template, a pattern to work from. And then I'm going to my fourth side, and the template is complete for the bon box. All right. And so what we're going to do is cut these pieces out individually. Or basically, I'm not going to even cut this out. I'm just going to leave the template. And because we can use that template in class, and I'm going to go ahead and put that into the clay. I've already rolled out my clay. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. If anybody wants to catch up on that, catch up. All right, square. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this square out. Just to save time. And so even though, like I said to you, this is not paper, so it's going to give you a different effect when you are actually folding it than it would with paper. With paper, you're going to get a nice, neat crease, and you can just continue going. But with clay, it's going to bend and break. So with this particular piece, we're not going to leave the sections together. We're going to separate them. And so just to save time, once again, too, I'm going to go ahead and cut these 90-degree angle sections out as I go around. And just keep it the same way all the way around, and make sure to place it in the right place before you begin to cut. And make sure to keep your fingers down on the paper so that it doesn't lift up while you are tracing. If you need to trace it first and then cut it out, whatever you need to do. But make sure to cut at a straight too, so that it's not cut at an angle and your sides are beveled or something. All right, so I'm just turning this to give myself ease of creating and making this. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut the last two pieces out and show you how to assemble. Don't forget that one way you can make these pieces unique is to put your own design on them. You can add animals, you can add handles, legs, feet, all sorts of things. When it's done, you can add beads, rhinestones, cowrie shells. It's up to you. Oh. And so next week, I did say to you all too that I would have an email address so that we could get cracking and start to compile our works that we want to have in the show for this year. We don't want to wait to the last minute. All right. So I have all these pieces out, and I know you can't see that right now, but I want to transfer everything to my bat. and newspaper. I'm gonna get a fresh piece of newspaper. Here we go. And I'm gonna peel up at least the clay. So it came up with ease, so that means I had some good cuts. All right. And so I'm moving that clay to the bag where it needs to go. I don't want it to sit out and get dry. However, well, one of these pieces looked a little thick to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and work with it. All right, so you have your 4 pieces. And what I'm gonna do is kind of bring them over and place them on this board as if the square is in the center. As if the square is in the center. This is just to help me keep a guide of what's going on. So I'm kind of making an invisible square in the center. And what we're going to do is we're going to score each arced or curved edge. And I'm going to lightly spray. I'm going to score each curved edge, but the part that's actually sticking up, I'm going to kind of just score it down, so to speak. Each curved side of the, each circular side of the, sometimes when you're talking a long time, you can't hardly even think straight which one to say. Of the section, which is the 90-degree angle. And then you're going to score the top. So if I go from the bottom up, then you're going to score the top side of the section. There, here, on the top, and then here. And then you're going to take your slip. Go ahead and slip those sections all the way around. So I'm just sort of multitasking at one time, doing everything once. Just saves time. Or you can do it one piece at a time. It's all up to how you feel like working. All right. And so what you're going to do next is you're going to pay attention to the square. And you're going to sit the first piece that's away from you up like so, keeping it in the square. You see it standing. And now what I'm going to do, the edge here, I'm going to plaster it along the top of that. So actually that's going to go on the top edge of that piece, curving over like that. And so I want to turn it to the back just to show you first. It should be looking something like that. But what I'm going to do to make sure it's flushed is to go ahead and lay that over like that, as you can see. And then I'm going to push it down together and make sure everything is tight and flushed. And I'm going to get my spatula and sieve it or scrape it until it kind of pushes up close to that piece. Now you can go ahead and reinforce here with a coil, or you can just simply brush with slip and kind of smooth it out a bit. I'm just getting some of the slip off of the brush. And then we want to stand this back up into the square like that. You see how it still made a square? You're going to do the next piece. So I'm turning it so you can see. All right. So this next piece is let's just come. So this curved piece, this is the piece we're working on. The second piece, we're going to bring it right on the top edge here. Just like so. Curve it all the way over. And so once again, we're going to turn it to the back. You see the edge, we're going to flip that like that and make sure everything is flat and tight. And I have to hold this piece so that it doesn't come apart, the piece that I already put together. I'm going to spatula that piece together. Make sure it's tight. And I want to brush with my slip in the crease of that piece. And now I'm going to take my time and stand it up. And so you're going to do the same thing to the last side, which is this curved top. You're going to bring this piece over all the way on that top edge. You have to be careful until you can get the whole piece together. I'm just kind of pushing that in a little bit. I'm gonna hold everything, but flip that to the side, making sure it's flat. Push together. This is I gotta hold this up so that it doesn't fall while you're tightening up that piece. Now, if you were using a larger square, you would probably have to have a prop. The only reason I'm able to just hold it with my hand is because it's not that large. And so I'm brushing in that seam. I'm gonna go ahead and hurry up and flip that up because I can put it together better as I get the four sides together. So this last part, as you can see here, is gonna go curved on top of that area right there. And so I'm just gonna gently push that in, find my curve and plaster that on top, like so. I'm gonna flip that to the side to try to get the base down together. Hold on one second, young people, I have an emergency. Sorry, young people, I had a quick emergency. All right, so I'm just making sure that last part is down with the base, and I'm using my spatula to push it up. And now I'm gonna sit the whole thing up. But now, as you can see at the top, it kind of looks like a diamond, and at the bottom, you see it's gonna look like a square. Y'all see that? All right, and so what we're gonna do before we smooth all that out is we're gonna get our clay. And we're gonna We're gonna get our clay, and we're going to, I actually could just use this square that I already have, but I want to make my base just a little bit thinner. And so since the clay was a little bit thick, so I'm just rolling out another piece, and I'm gonna sit this on top of the clay, but look in the inside and open it up as the square should evenly look. Might not be perfect, but you'll get it better. And so from there, what you're gonna do is trace the outside. And you don't have to do it so flush. You can leave a little bit of clay kind of out. We're gonna go ahead and cut around that as well. You can scratch designs, emboss designs in your piece. All right, I'm continuing to go around with my cuts, cutting out the foundation or the base. And this part needs to stick out a bit right there. From the inside, I could see that it wasn't straight. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut here. And I probably have to make a corner. So what I'm gonna do is pick this up, the piece from the clay. I'm taking the base up, bringing it here. What you're gonna do is score that piece. Scratch at the edge in the square. Go ahead and add some slip. I scratched around the edge. Add some slip. Go ahead and pick the piece up. You can kind of open up the square with your hands from the bottom and sit it down as even as possible. Go ahead and open the sides, making sure that it's straight as possible. And now what all you're gonna do is take your your feather tool, texture tool, and go ahead and score up and around that piece entirely, gently. That's why you want to leave a portion out so that you can attach it, you know, have a little bit sticking out so that you can have some to attach. And so this is the part that I said I needed to leave out, probably because I needed a little corner, but like it was missing a little clay. And any excess clay that I get, I'll just patch that hole up. Here looks a little bit shallow, like it needs some clay. I'm gonna go ahead and scratch around here, and the excess I'm gonna put in this area that needs to be filled in. I'm coming on around. And so before class began, I already started making one bonbon box. We're gonna take a look at that. As soon as we smooth this one. And what I like to do is go ahead and score the entire edge of the piece while keeping it intact. Like keep your fingers on the side, score it, and that'll make it even neater when you are ready to smooth it. Then that can also ensure that these edges are getting put together. So I'm scoring this, but I'm really doing it so I can actually smooth it. Some people might not want to really do that step. They might just want to smooth it and not scratch it to smooth it. Then bring this edge together. And now it's time to smooth. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do now is take a wet spatula. As you can see, I'm just dipping it in this cup. And I'm gonna go around the base of the piece. You have to be careful when you come in on this edge because it's sticking out, because it gives an illusion of twisting or movement. And if it's not leveling right, you can just put your fingers in the inside and make it stick out until you're able to smooth the sides level. Okay, that looks good. Moving right along to the next side. Come on in. All right, and come on up. All right, on around, dipping it in the cup each time so that it will glide smoothly over the clay as I'm smoothing it out. Last side. Putting my fingers in the inside to press it out so I can get a smooth, get the side or the edge smooth. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use this spatula to smooth those top edges. It's not gonna be smooth and perfect. What's gonna make it smooth better is when I use the sponge. So this is just to press those scoring lines out that we just put there. And once again, I say you don't have to score it to smooth it out if you don't like. I mean, if you don't want to, I just do that to actually level mine out better and smooth it. All right, and so I've pressed each edge with the spatula. And now I'm gonna get my brush and get all of this slip off of it. What we're gonna do is just create some moisture here from the cup and go around the piece brushing. All the way around. I'm just brushing back and forth until I get the edges looking smooth. And it's not going to be perfect once again until I use my sponge. If anybody has any ideas, things you want to do for the art show, anything you saw we omitted last year or something that would make our show at the Darnell facility better, please let me know. Now I'm going to go across these edges with water just so once I hit it with the sponge, they're already moist and just ready to smooth. So each time I'm actually going with the direction or the edge of the vase and just getting water on it. And it's actually a lot of water being taken down to the bottom, but I'm gonna soak all that water back up. I'm doing each side of the edges, and I'm actually still using that slip to put in certain areas that's needed. Last edge here, both sides. And now I'm gonna get my sponge. We're gonna wet the sponge and squeeze it out really well. and dry this entire piece up and smooth it at the same time. If you need to do anything smoothing with your fingers, feel free. If you need to put your fingers in the inside to hold it, to keep the wall stable, do so. Just gonna go around each side of the bonbon box. Don't forget, a lot of these projects that I've been showing you after last year May can be some pieces that you submit in the art show. Make them unique, make them your own, have fun. And now I'm going to rinse this out again and smooth the top edges. And the way that I get a good smooth on them is to curve the sponge over the edge. Give a gentle squeeze. And you just go back and forth, smoothing. All right. So now I'm gonna get the shape right from the top. As soon as I transfer this to a new piece of paper, because once we do that, nothing else to do. Curve, 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 curve. All right, I need to brush that one crease right there. And I'm gonna kind of put the same little bend on each piece. I want to kind of give it an S curve a little bit. So I'm going around doing the same thing to each one. I'm pushing down where the tip is and bringing it up from the inside. So essentially what I was kind of doing was just squeezing all the corners. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down, right there. All right, and so my last smooth, and then I'm going to transfer this and show you the one I did earlier, but it's not as good as this one because I didn't even have a chance to smooth it out yet. It's not as finished. All right, so we're going to slide that piece out of the way. That's even a brand new piece of paper. And we're gonna gently try to pick this thing up by sliding off the counter. I'm lifting it up so I can release the paper from it, put my hand beneath it. You can see the bottom. Oh, I can go ahead and smooth the edges while I have that up in my hand with the wet sponge. Carefully holding it, going around the edges. All right, I'm gonna sit that down in the center. Boom. All right. And so for today, here's my other one, but it needs to be smoothed out.
Now don't you say nothing. You say anything to anyone, I'm going to come back here. And I'm going to
I made one small and one medium. Someone needs to mind their
But if you say anything, then you get that clear.
All right. So you see I've made two. It's the inside, but this one I have to smooth a little bit more. And I put a little design on this piece. And this is the second one. And trust me, wherever I see lines like I see on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and take my time and smooth it out. It's coming from that spatula, scraping it on the side. All right. Anybody got any questions? This is called the Bon Bon box, B-O-N, B-O-N. Anybody? All right. Let me wash my hands. Anybody need to see the pinwheel candle holders from yesterday?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Anybody like the Bon Bon box? What about you, Miss Diana? You said you was interested in making that.
I have my template.
Okay. You want to show it? Let me see it.
Oh yeah, like a pinwheel.
It's not as large as yours. I just made it small.
It don't have to be large. Open it back up. I'm trying. Don't let it be still. I'm trying to see your 90. Open it back up from the other side, from the inside. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
trying to see your 90-degree angle. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Nice.
That's good. So once again, this is how that template looks, young people. Good job, Miss Diana. Hold on.
Oh, that's Amber Alert.
Yeah, kind of Amber Alert.
Yeah, I got it too.
All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and move these two pieces and let you all see the pinwheel candle holders from yesterday. And I'll smooth these two pieces up. So I took my cushions from beneath the petals of the pinwheel because it leathered enough for me to be able to do that. It's not dry, but this is one of the pieces.
Oh, I like that.
Well, I
This
love
is
that.
how it looks from the side. This is how it looks from the bottom.
Wow.
And this is the inside. Oh, you saw that part.
And you add that piece on the top.
Yes, I added that little lip. I told people they don't have to add that, but that was just something that I kind of just wanted to add. And so that is that one. And sometimes just for a demo, you know, I try to make more than one to inspire y'all. When you're making projects, go ahead and try to make one or two. And I don't know why this was just a cutout. I kept it for some reason, but this is the other one. You can see that once that dries, the paper will come out. But this is the next one. Sides, bottom.
I said they're nice candle holders.
Yeah, and then that's what it is, pinwheel candle holder. And that's the size compared to that one, how it looks.
I like those.
Thank you. And so today, so far, once again, we have made the envelope fold, triangular vase, pinwheel candle holder, and now the Bon Bon box. So are you all ready to, let me wash my hands and talk to you all just for a couple of minutes. are you all ready to, so far, this will give y'all a few projects that you have made, and that's given us about 4. We're gonna actually do the other 2 vases. However, you all I want to know, y'all want to go ahead with the bust next week?
Well, I think if you do, like you said, if there's not a lot of people,
then cancel and go ahead and do the photo. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and do the bus next week. I'm going to call people and everything and let them know. So other than that, if we don't have at least 4 people in class, I'm going to go ahead and cancel and go ahead to the trifold plate. We're going to do trifold plate. So other than that, we will be doing the bust next week, and all you need is your clay, your wig head, your tools, plastic bag, 2 plastic bags, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any questions?
So for the clay, we roll it out in a square.
We're gonna do it together in class.
Okay.
Yes. Everything we're gonna do is step by step in the class. So if somebody decides to move on and then they notice that we did something different, I mean, that's your option. So it's up to you. All right. Anybody have any questions, suggestions? If you all have any ideas coming up for the art show this year, please let me know. And it's not like I took ideas from other shows last year, but I did hear some people say that they would like to have instead of just having their work displayed, have some type of bio of the artist. Because some people saying, well, we want to know more about the artist as it pertains to, my name is Kimberlie Wright. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I had my education here. I've been doing artwork since I was 3 years old. My expertise is in multimedia arts, and because I get bored easily. And you can just say something like, I've won numerous awards in art. I was the first African-American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize for oil paint. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. But however, the thing is, if you all want to be presented like you have, what we did last year is I gave you all the option to give me a photo of yourself. And then the photo had your name, and then your work was displayed right after your photo. However, some people said a bio would be nice, but now the issue is that y'all got to do some work. If y'all want to have bios displayed, y'all got to give me the information. No, you can't just tell me over the phone and I type it up or I write it up. You have to write it, type it yourself, and email it to me. So y'all think about that as a part of the show, and if that's what you all want, how you want it to be presented this year. And y'all know that show is going to be in May. So I don't like to wait till the last minute, because y'all know even we still be doing stuff at the last minute. So the earlier the better, and just think about some stuff and have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Count your blessings and be thankful for all that you have. And I had so much fun with you all today, making the bun box and showing the Pinwheel candle holder. And I hope to see you all next week for our beautiful bust that we're going to be creating. My name is Kimberlie Wright. Thank you so much for joining Hand-Built Pottery. Peace and love.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you. Regine Turr. Hey, Mr. Michael. Hey, Mr. Mike. Hey, Mr. Michael, you decide you're going to come to Pottery today? All right. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I hope to see you soon.